Hi everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Sunday, and that means it's Horseland Day. And this week's episode was Fast Friends. When Horseland is hosting its annual exhibition of the riders and the horses, the friends are divided up into different categories. But when Molly and Calypso have trouble learning the dressage, or learning the routine for their demonstration with Sarah, Alma, Zoey, Scarlet, Buttons, and Pepper, Zoey decides that they should not be on the team and begins to think of ways to get Molly to quit. Okay, things I liked about this episode. First off, I liked the storyline. This episode, while it had all the characters in it, Shep, Teeny, Angora, the boys, both boys, all 5 girls, and all 7 horses, the main focus was really on Sarah, Alma, and mostly Molly and Zoey and Calypso. They were doing some kind of horse event. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one. And if there are any horse people out there watching this video, you can feel free to tell me what it is in the comment section, because they mentioned it in the episode. I just forget what it's called, where they had music and the horses did like dressage, but it was 2. It's sometimes 2, sometimes more. And the horses were moving in almost like a dance with the riders. And it had to be very precision. If one person was off, it would throw off the routine. And Molly and Calypso, unfortunately, were having trouble getting it down. And you have to add into that Zoey wanted to be the center of attention. Her sister was chosen to do dressage, where all eyes were just going to be on her and Chili. And Zoey kind of wanted that. She wanted to be the center of attention. And in this event, she had to share with the others. And she felt that Molly was going to make her and the others look ridiculous. So she did what she could to try and get Molly to not be in the show. And it took Molly's friends to help her understand that they didn't want that. They wanted her in the show. And also, Calypso was having issues with learning the routine. It wasn't that it was a hard routine, it's just that it's not something a horse normally does, so it's something that they did have to train for, and they didn't have a lot of time to do it. And Calypso was nervous that she was not going to get the steps down in time. So that's like another thing I like about Horseland. It's not just the kids who are having issues sometimes with learning things, with the jumping or the dressage or whatnot. Sometimes the horses have problems too. And it's sometimes revealed that they're a little nervous about it or something. So I like that they show both sides of the thing, the human side or viewpoint on learning something, and then the horse's side of it as well. Also, I really liked the lesson. This was basically a lesson in not making other people feel left out, particularly if you're on a team. Zoey went out of her way to try and make Molly feel left out, so Molly would not want to do the show, right down to lying right to Molly's face about her being voted off the team. And then what do the other girls, what do Molly and Alma and Sarah do? They turn the tables on Zoey to kind of show her how it feels. And I don't want to get too much into it in case you haven't seen the episode yet, but it's mostly the girls learning, again, it's mostly the girls learning something, and in most cases it's a result of usually Chloe and Zoey doing something because they don't like the way the other girls are such good friends, or like that the other girls are such good friends with Bailey and Will, who's Bailey's parents obviously own Horseland, and Bailey and Will being cousins. Bailey's parents are Will's aunt and uncle, and he obviously spends a lot of time on Horseland, whether or not his parents live there as well, helping take care of Horseland, or something happened to his parents and he lives with his aunt and uncle, or his parents just travel and he has to live with them. They don't really explain that. But I mean, obviously, you know, he obviously lives there as well. Or the fact that maybe one of the other girls are better, or picking up on something in their classes a lot more than they are. And you'll notice watching the show that Chloe and Zoey are very, very competitive. So a lot of the lesson things stem from them. And 9 times out of 10, it's mostly, the lesson comes from them spreading rumors or playing a trick or something on the other girls. Or even on Bailey and Will themselves. Or them just not being responsible. And sometimes the sisters do learn a lesson. There are a few episodes, like in this episode, and in Fire, Fire, Burning Bright. Most of the time it is a group lesson that is learned. But all in all, it was, I did like the lesson that was taught in here. It is something that, particularly kids who work within groups, like a school project or something, they need to understand that you have to include everyone, even the people who are having problems with something, because you may not like it if you were left out. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. There really wasn't anything I didn't like about this episode. I thought it was really well done, really well written. And that the lesson, which is introduced at the beginning of the episode, was very easy to see where they're getting that point across at. Comments. Number 2, no bad or curse words in comments. Number 3, I'm not opposed to debates, but please keep it civil. And finally, please be respectful to me and each other. Okay, please keep in mind that if my rules are continually violated, I will disable the comments section and start posting my videos as made for kids. Okay, please leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Also, feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. And the links for any sites I mention will be in the that are mentioned in this video will be in the description section. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends. Basically the same deal. Any of my videos that cannot be found on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. Okay, please like and share if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.